familiar with Maggie Anderson, she wrote a book called Our Black Year, and it was about her family choosing to buy black for 12 months in Chicago. And the thing I didn't realize was how much of a struggle that would actually be. So imagine if today you said for 12 months, the only money I'm gonna spend is with the black-owned business. And so the perspective that she added was that her mother got sick and she couldn't go see her mother while she was dying because she had committed to only buy black. How would she get there? Think about that. And so, to your point, Roland, one of the things in the book that Maggie talks about is how in other communities, the dollar fluctuates and flows over a period of days. And in the black community, it's a matter of hours, 6 hours at the time that the book was written, that the black dollar enters and leaves the black community. And so I think, to all your points, as well as the audience as well, when we think about the state of black entrepreneurship, we have to think if there's going to be a legacy going forward, that we have to make the conscious decision to invest in the businesses that exist and help create more black businesses in the community. So the next point.
One other point on that, if I don't.
Go ahead.
I think it's very important that we look at what the Jewish community does. Yes. Now, white physicians wouldn't see them, so they send their kids to med school. And when they spend their money, with another Jewish company. If they recommend somebody to you, it's going to be a Jewish company. And they wouldn't loan them money, so they started their own investment banking firm. Yeah. So we got to change the way we think about wealth. It's got to circulate. To get it is one thing, but to allow it to circulate and to promote the circulation of it with it based on where we spend our money.
To feed off of that point, we should definitely look at the Jewish model and what they're doing. However, there's an ideology in the black community that, the idea of a black business to black people isn't what it should be. As a business owner for 6 years, I can't tell you how many times I've spoken with a customer, a black customer, which honestly are some of our toughest customers to service. And they always say, well, I only chose you because you're a black company, And they already have this idea in their mind of how a black company experience is gonna go. And at the same time, we all know that we're looking for a deal, but we don't have a problem going and spending, whatever amount of money with the next race business. So we've got to change that first, because that'll kill our businesses. If we're trying to support each other, but we're not willing to pay what the service or the product costs, then that'll put us out of business right there. So we have to change that mindset within our communities.
And I would add that there's also a misconception that it's going to be subpar, it's going to be inferior for some people. They think, oh, it's a black business, and it's going to be slower. And I think that mindset also has to change.
Yeah, I like to tell people, thank you for choosing me for being a black business. If you're black, you chose my business because I'm black, I appreciate that. But I also want you to choose me next time because I'm a good business.
Right, exactly.
How many of us have heard of a book called Brainwashed? Raise your hand halfway back. See? 1, 2, 3. 3 people have heard of the book called Brainwashed. 4. It was written by a good friend of mine. His name was Tom Morrell. And I think to get that book and read it, they tell you, we are brainwashed. That's why we don't have the black businesses we have. That's why black business is not thriving. And we think that white milk is better than that chocolate milk. It's a brainwash thing. We assume it's not good because it's us. Read that book. I highly recommend that book. As a matter of fact, I thought I was fairly aware myself by talking to the author, who's a very good friend of mine. And when I read his book, it made me realize I had more brainwash left than I thought I had. Yeah.
So I would say that's interesting.
Brainwash. Read. I mean, that's a very important piece.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, along the lines of wanting to see more creativity and and knowing that being disruptive is the most important thing these days, do you feel that you have enough educational resources that are easily accessible and community to spark ideas off one another? Is that part of the problem, or?
I would say that the information is available. You have to seek it. You have to ask. You know, they say the best way to hide something is put it in a book. People will look for it there. So,
Especially black people.
right.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's the rest of the saying. That's what they said back in my day.
Or
I think
a
that
long
they-
email.
exactly, long email. But I think that the resources are there and they're readily available. Citizens Bank is a bank that my family started in 1904. So we are the oldest black-owned bank in the country now. So you can go there and get financial information. We're right there next to Harry, you know. So I challenge those that are interested in buying homes, starting a business, so on and so forth, to go there, talk to a black bank. It doesn't have to be us, even though it should be, but you can certainly go to any other community bank. So just learn what is available in your community, and I think we're all willing to support. I would say, also, I like to tell the story. My great-great-grandfather, great-uncle, they actually started a transportation company here in town. They also had one of the first black doll companies here in the country. So then, of course, you know, the big guy saw that, okay, these little black girls and little black boys don't want to play with these stick figures anymore, so they took it away from us, if you will, because they were able to expand their business. And so I think that's what happens even way back then, even now. So unless we rally around each other and truly support one another so that the businesses can grow and we're eliminating some of that risk of competition, taking it away, you know, it's going to be null and void.
So we talked a little bit about the consumer side in terms of supporting black business, but what do you guys think are challenges on the producer side of black business that may be holding black businesses back or keeping black businesses from growing and thriving?
Good evening, Leon here. Been in hospitality for 20 years. There are a lot of black sophisticated consumers who have accessible income to spend. Black people spend their money where they get the best service. Customer service, hospitality, the core of actually caring about consumers is where we as black businesses fall short. We haven't been formally trained in customer service and hospitality. And then number two, we expect more from the consumer when the consumer is the one who is supposed to be expecting from us. So I put together a curriculum that I will be rolling out very soon that contains customer service points and also points of true hospitality. And what it is if we make each other feel welcome and we understand that the person who's across the counter from us is the most important person, no matter who we are and what we do, that is when black people who actually have the money to spend will actually take their dollars to black businesses, and black businesses will see the increase in business that they need to see when they take hospitality and customer service seriously.
Well, Leon, thanks for introducing that perspective, but what is it that's behind that? Why does that perspective even exist on the producer side of black businesses? If we all know that it's there, what's driving it?
I think the accessibility of financing, especially for, you know, women are on the rise of entrepreneurs. I think Nashville was #1 within the U.S., followed by Chattanooga #2, Memphis #4. But I think it's just that accessibility to financing for a lot of small businesses, getting that capital and things like that.
So to your point, because that's kind of the elephant in the room, if you will, is how do I get financed? How do I get my deal done? And I'm going to tell you that when I got into the real estate development side, I went to a bank and they said, "Hey, we love everything. The numbers look good, and everything. We need to bring a partner on. You've done commercial, you've done religious, you just hadn't done multifamily." And it said, "So we have a partner for you. So you're gonna split your developer's fee with them, but they're gonna help you get into the development world, and so that you can continue to get financing." Well, I went and met with them, and they saw the numbers and everything before I got there. They were like, "Oh yeah, we want to do this deal. We want to do this deal." He's got control of the land. He's got everything done. Really, all we're doing is signing on a guarantee, but we know by the numbers that this is going to be a very profitable venture. Then I showed up. I wasn't part of the equation. That Molette wasn't like the blackest name that they had heard, Lee, you know, and so I never heard back from them. God will do some things to make sure you understand that He's around. I got a phone call from some guys that had bought some land close to where I'm doing the project, Indian guys. And we started talking. They tell me we're going to build a couple hotels. What are you doing? I heard you're doing such and such. Oh wow, let's talk about it. You're doing what? Okay, let's talk about it. They said, how much money you need? I gave them the numbers. They said, well, we want to do half the deal. Here's a check. They didn't ask for paperwork or anything. And the more I've gotten to know them, and they say, Lee, here's how we do business. We get to know a person. We get to get a feel for who you are and how you operate, and we determine if we're going to do business with you or not. And if you screw us over, that's cool. We're not going to sue you or anything. We just never are going to do business with you again. And I said, wow. Now, for the 6-7 months prior to that, I reached out to people that I knew in the African American community because I wanted this to be the blackest development that I could make it. I wanted it to be a statement. When they take pictures of the people breaking ground and everything, I wanted it to be a statement. And quite frankly, I was able to raise 7 figures from people in our community. But there were people that could have written the same checks that these 2 Indian guys wrote, but wouldn't in our own community. And they knew the numbers too.
Didn't realize they were black.
Excuse me?
These are black folks.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. That wouldn't do it. Oh no, the other people were white.
Oh, okay.
They didn't call me back. But at the end of the day, I think that even if you are running across those obstacles, you have to keep pushing, keep asking, keep talking, keep letting people know that this is what I'm doing. And then we as young professionals or older professionals with some disposable income, we need to figure out how these other people are getting rich while they're at work. They're investing in your deal. They're investing in green trucks. They're investing in the deals that are going on, and that's how they make money. Because they're not just getting it off the stock market. I mean, the stock market it does what it does, but you have to, if you really want to create wealth, you have to do what the Boyd family did. You have to do what the Joneses did. You have to build businesses. And guess what? 5 generations later, who are you employing? Right? You determine who you get to employ. And you don't have to explain to people why your kids are able to do this, this, and this, because they come to work. I pay them like you pay your own. And so we have to get out of being so consumeristic, if you will, and spending so much money on so many other things. And we really have to get more in tune to understanding that we need to invest. And we can invest in our own businesses and build wealth. I mean, like true wealth. The question is,
Come back to you, Derek.
Sure. What are your thoughts on taking investment money from people that may not be in our community once you have reached some level of success, or selling part of your company once you've reached a certain level of success? I kind of feel like, I don't know if anybody saw the article where it said that Under Armour was estimated to be worth about $14 billion based on Steph Curry's $200 million deal. What are your thoughts on, just our community taking investment money that kind of, like Mr. Millett says, waters down the black investment that we have in our community, and or us selling our business once we get a certain level of success?
I don't think anything's wrong with it. I mean, if you have a group of people that won't invest in your business and you're trying to feed your family, you need to take the money. You need to take the money as long as, from an ethical and moral standpoint, it fits into your vision and what you want to do with the company. You need to take the money because that's the only way you can build your business. And as you build your business, though, you have to conscientiously make sure that people in your community are given the opportunity to be successful based on by having a relationship with your business, whether they work there, whether you do business with another company that's African American owned, however, whatever way you can spread that money around, you have a responsibility to do it. And so what if someone from another community invest in your business. They look at the business, it's a business deal. For them, it's green. And then when it comes time to sell, everybody wants a successful exit.
Let me go to Derek right quick. Go ahead.